Hello, my name is Joyce Lee. I am a writer, a storyteller, um, a lover, an auntie, a sister, a human being. I am also the founder of an annual event called Soul Camp. Soul Camp is a retreat space for Black and Indigenous women. And I just want to talk to you. As most of my friends have encouraged me to do, I've been kind of avoiding cameras because once I get on here, I'm just like, what do I say? What's the right thing? Da 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 da. And they're just like, speak candidly. So you're going to get all of me right now. The thing is, it's been an interesting journey. Um, Putting together Soul Camp and advertising Soul Camp. So putting it together is easy because I know a bunch of Black women who need rest, which is what Soul Camp is about. I know a bunch of Black women who need women. I know a bunch of Black femmes who need women, and who need other femmes and who need community. I know healers who heal all year and who have not been poured into. I know single mothers who have mothered for several years with maybe 5 minutes of rest. Feeling, or literally less than that on the in between. And so I know a lot of people who want to, or who need to attend a retreat. And here's the dilemma. The dilemma is it's hard to fundraise for a retreat because people look at it as a luxury. And because we're being candid, let's just have an honest conversation. People look at retreats as luxury because people look at the majority of things through a white lens. And if you don't look at retreats, if you just take the definition of a word to mean to back up and pause, um, and you just say, hey, this is a retreat for Black women. I double dog Scooby Doo dare you to think of how many times you've heard Black women say that they are going on a retreat, and not just Black women, Black mothers, Black mothers who make on average $5,500 less than the average white woman in the U.S. Most of the people who need it most cannot afford it. So Soul Camp is an all expenses paid for retreat for Black and First Nation women. Um, the goal here is to have a bunch of healers in one space, feminine energy in one space, non binary, fem energy in one space. You dig? Uh, um, and, and, and see what happens. And see, here's the problem. The problem is there's no grants for this because, and I'm just letting you know about my journey. Hmm? In applying for grants, which is money, which is power, which is usually held by white people, who get rest, who cannot fathom a life where rest is privilege, who cannot fathom a life where they're constantly pouring and don't get to stop for 5 seconds. So these same people are like, yo, tell me how this is going to help community. Tell me how a bunch of Black and Indigenous and non-binary femmes will, getting rest and being together and pouring into each other will help community. And see that it's just so many layers upon layers because I feel like people want me to lie. And you got to pay me for that. You got to pay me to tell a story. So the thing is, it's like, how would I know? How would I know what rest does for a community or what the rest of Black and Indigenous women and femmes do for a community that have never gotten rest? Where rest is a privilege. I'm trying to fuck around and find out just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, I know we need it. Here's how I know we need it. This is how I know we need it. Because I've had it. I've had it. If I wanted rest right now, if all of this was for me, which it is not, I don't need it. I don't have a husband. I don't have children. I rent an apartment. If I want to stop right now, anybody in my life will tell you that I will pack up everything, take my passport, and ghost. I will rest. I know how to rest. And because I know how to rest, I know how essential rest is. I know how rare rest is for Black, Indigenous women and femmes. It is, it is an obligation, a happy one. It is it's a happy debt to pay it forward, to 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 help others who don't even know that they're tired get some type of relief. And okay, here's the selfish part. Okay, because I will say where I'm selfish about it in. Here's the selfish part. I've never been in a space full of Black women that isn't associated with grief ever. I've gone to my share of countries. I've seen my share of things. Honey, not much makes me buck my eyes. I've never been in a space full of Black women who are not related to me, who just come together for the purpose of pouring into each other, for the purpose of being poured into and made healthy and learning from each other and resting amongst each other. I've never been in that space. So as far as the grants, I can't tell you what it does. Here's what I need. I have a GoFundMe. I need money to make this happen. I need $50,000 to make this happen. Let's stop right there. To the average person in quarantine, working a regular 9 to 5 as we all are, $50,000 seems like a lot of money. But if we just take a step back and think about our rich friends who we could share this video with, think about affluency and the reason why $50,000 seems like a lot of money, and the wage gap and the economic gap and the race and gender related to that, because everybody's all about celebrating KBJ. You know what I'm saying? They're all about celebrating the first Black woman Supreme Court judge in 2022. But I bet you my last dollar, I bet you my auntie's tattooed eyebrows, she needs rest. And she's not getting it. So it crosses income brackets. It crosses class with us because it doesn't matter where we are. The higher up we go, the more rest we need. The more we are antagonized, the less we see ourselves. I'm in a grad school program right now. I'm going to talk to y'all, just like my friends told me to. I'm going to talk to y'all. I'm in a grad school program right now, and a lot of my Black friends who are writers have told me, good luck to you because I won't do it. They've heard horror stories. I've lived one. I have. I have. I've been surrounded by white faces, smiling ones, who swear they love me and don't even know me. Don't even know me enough to understand what I'm writing. But I have to be in this program to elevate, to be amongst more of them so that I can get the money I deserve. I, it sounds like I'm talking about something else, but essentially, I'm talking about space. I'm talking about affinity. I'm talking about autonomy. I'm talking about self determination. I'm talking about community. I'm talking about people putting literally their money, their energy, their effort, where their politics are. That's what I'm talking about. Um, when the least are taken care of, everyone else is taken care of. I hope you know that. That when we take care of trans black women, that when we take care of black women who have been recently incarcerated, that when we take care of black youth that have been recently emancipated from foster programs, which I am personally targeting for this retreat, when we take care of them, those people who are treated as the least do not have money to afford a retreat. And if they can afford a retreat, more than likely the retreat that they can afford will not be amongst people who look like them and have the ability and the know how to pour into them. I'm going to put my GoFundMe up. It's been a big pause in my GoFundMe. People have been giving and then they kind of halted. I want to get the giving going again. I believe that it will happen. I'm going to fight for it until it does. I want you to fight with me. I welcome you to fight with me. I welcome you to be a part of this socio-economic experiment of what happens when everybody comes together to support the least of us. Thank you.